The pixelated sun, a harsh, bleached orb in a sky perpetually choked with dust, beat down on Anya's cracked leather helmet. The world was a jagged scar, all ochre dust, skeletal trees, and the occasional, unsettlingly smooth obsidian outcrop. This wasn't the Minecraft she remembered. This was the wasteland, a mod so chaotic it made the vanilla game feel like a gentle stroll through a spring meadow. Her first few days had been a blur of frantic scavenging. The starting village, a cluster of crumbling wooden huts half buried in sand, offered little more than a few rusty tools and a gnawing hunger. The mod threw curveballs with relentless abandon. Ravagers, twisted amalgamations of zombie and spider, stalked the twilight hours. Shriekers, their guttural cries capable of causing temporary blindness, lurked in shadowed ravines. And the dust storms, they would descend without warning, reducing visibility to near zero and leaving behind a residue of toxic particles that slowly chipped away at her health if she wasn't sheltered. Survival, Anya quickly learned, was a constant negotiation. Her first shelter was a dugout hole, reinforced with scavenged planks and a flimsy dirt roof. It was a pathetic defense against the creeping dread of night, punctuated by the skittering of unseen horrors and the unsettlingly intelligent clicks of some mutated creeper variant. Food was a perpetual struggle. Wild berries, when she could find them, were often poisonous. Hunting meant risking encounters with mutated beasts that fought with a ferocity far beyond their vanilla counterparts. But Anya was nothing if not stubborn. She had a vision, a stark contrast to the desolate reality surrounding her. She would build, not a humble shack, but a fortress. A defiant monument to life in the face of unending decay. Her current project was the foundation of her burgeoning base, the power plant. Electricity was the lifeblood of any advanced settlement in the wasteland, powering lights, automated defenses, and crucially, her water purification system. The mod had added intricate machinery, requiring copper, iron, and the rare, shimmering quartz. Mining for these resources was a perilous undertaking. She'd had a few close calls, nearly being cornered by a pack of mutated wolves with glowing red eyes, their howls echoing through the subterranean darkness. She was currently wrestling with a large generator, its metallic shell groaning under her efforts. Sweat beaded on her forehead, plastering stray strands of her brown hair to her temples. The air inside her makeshift workshop, a sturdy structure built from reinforced concrete blocks, was thick with the smell of hot metal and ozone. "Come on, you beast," she muttered, leveraging a pickaxe against a stubborn bolt. The generator, a gargantuan beast of a machine, was salvaged from a derelict military outpost miles away. It was a risky expedition, but the reward, a reliable power source, was worth the danger. Finally, with a screech of protesting metal, the bolt gave way. The generator settled into place with a satisfying thud. Anya wiped her brow with the back of her glove, a grim sense of accomplishment washing over her. Now for the wiring. This was where the real fun began. The mod's wiring system was notoriously finicky, prone to short circuits and explosive feedback if not handled with extreme care. Outside, the sky was darkening, the bleached sun bleeding into an angry orange. Anya knew what that meant. Night was coming, and with it, the true horrors of the wasteland. She needed to secure the base. Her base, affectionately nicknamed the Bastion, was a testament to her growing resilience. It was a sprawling complex, not yet complete, but already a formidable structure. Thick reinforced concrete walls, studded with strategically placed turrets, formed the outer perimeter. The entrance was a heavily armored blast door, requiring a complex sequence of lever pulls and button presses to open. Inside, the main courtyard was a hive of activity, albeit a quiet one. Automated farms, powered by the generator, hummed with the promise of sustenance. A water distillation unit sputtered and hissed, its output a precious trickle of purified water. Her personal quarters were deep within the bastion, a secure bunker designed to withstand even the most determined assault. She'd spent hours crafting the interior, filling it with functional furniture, chests overflowing with scavenged resources, and, most importantly, her precious collection of enchanted tools and armor. As the last rays of sun disappeared, the sounds of the wasteland amplified. The distant, mournful howl of a mutated wolf, the chittering of insectoid horrors, and the unnerving, rhythmic scraping that always preceded a major horde. Anya checked her ammo count. Arrows were plentiful, thanks to the automated bow crafting station. Her diamond sword, enchanted with sharpness V and unbreaking 3, felt reassuringly heavy in her hand. She made her way to the observation deck, a raised platform overlooking the main entrance. Floodlights, powered by the generator, cast stark white pools of light across the dust-choked landscape. Her turrets, their metallic barrels gleaming, swiveled silently, scanning the darkness. The scraping sound grew louder, closer. Then, the first wave emerged from the gloom. Twisted figures, their limbs elongated and distorted, shambled forward. Zombies, but not the slow, shambling kind. These were fast, their movements jerky and unpredictable. Behind them, the hulking silhouettes of mutated skeletons, their bony ribs exposed, their bows drawn. "Showtime," Anya whispered, drawing her bow. The turrets roared to life, their rapid-fire projectiles tearing into the horde. Anya loosed a volley of arrows, each one finding its mark with deadly accuracy. The mutated skeletons were a particular nuisance, their arrows imbued with a venom that caused debilitating weakness. She had to prioritize them. Suddenly, a blood-curdling shriek pierced the night. A shrieker. Anya winced, her vision momentarily blurring. She ducked behind a concrete pillar, pressing her gloved hands to her eyes. The shriek died down, but the disorientation lingered. Damn it, she grunted, shaking her head to clear her vision. The horde was pressing closer, their guttural roars a terrifying symphony of hunger. Then, the ground began to tremble. A tremor, not from an earthquake, but from something massive approaching. Anya's heart hammered against her ribs. This was it, the big one, a gargantua, a colossal, mutated creeper, its body a pulsating mass of green pustules and jagged obsidian shards. Its sheer size was terrifying, its footsteps shaking the very foundations of the bastion. Not today, you overgrown zit, Anya growled, knocking a special arrow, one tipped with a potent explosive. The gargantua lumbered towards the main gate, its massive form bathing the floodlights in an eerie green glow. It raised a claw, ready to smash through the reinforced blast doors. Anya leapt from the observation deck, landing silently in the courtyard. She sprinted towards the gargantua, weaving through the chaos of the ongoing battle. Her turrets were doing their best, but their projectiles seemed to barely scratch its hardened hide. As the gargantua's claw swiped towards the gates, Anya released her explosive arrow. It struck the creature squarely in its glowing green core. The resulting explosion was deafening, a blinding flash of emerald light that momentarily turned night into day. The gargantua roared in agony, its colossal form convulsing. It stumbled back, its legs buckling. Then, with a ground-shaking thud, it collapsed, its obsidian shards scattering across the courtyard. Silence descended, broken only by the dying groans of the remaining hordes and the whirring of Anya's turrets as they finished off the stragglers. Anya leaned against a scarred concrete wall, her breath coming in ragged gasps. Her armor was chipped, her health bar flickering precariously, but she had held. The bastion, and its precious contents, were safe. The night had been brutal, a stark reminder of why the wasteland mod was so feared. But Anya had persevered, she had fought, she had bled, and she had won. As the first hint of the bleached sun began to break through the dust clouds, Anya looked out at the ravaged landscape. It was a world that promised only hardship, but within its desolate confines, she was building something. Something strong, something that could withstand the chaos. This was her bastion, her sanctuary in the wasteland, and she would defend it, piece by painstaking, hard-won peace. The work was far from over, but for now, there was a moment of peace, a brief respite before the next onslaught. And in the wasteland, that was all one could ask for.